You know, I was there the first time in New York City we ever seen Eminem. They was holding him by the back of his t-shirt so he don't fly off the stage. He was just spitting so crazy, and me and Pun, we all looking at each other like, oh my God, who's this white boy? That boy crazy. This is Joe Crack the Dawn.
It's your boy Jada. You know what it is. The Joe and Jada show, man. What's up, y'all?
Yo, Jada, you got that fly shit on. That's what you got, bro. Like, you gotta stop fucking playing. You brought that baby pastel out. Know what I'm saying? That Balenciaga.
It's that mint chocolate chip mint. Peppermint.
Man, let me tell you something, boy. You threw that shit on, you know? Hip hop at its finest. I've been in the game professionally, I would say 33 years. How many years you been in the game?
20-something.
20-something. And people don't understand. I got an ill story with you didn't even know about. No. I had an ill story. I might have saved you and you ain't know it. Right? It was one time, I'll never forget, we had a show in Chicago, and then Chicago had said, anybody come from out of town, we robbing them. You don't remember that shit? At one time, I could tell you who it was, but you was there. When I walked in, Jadakiss was already there. I walked in with extra jewelry. I went out there, you know, I got a whole...
Oh, I do remember. We had a show. We had a show one time in the Shy. I remember that.
And that shit was, I don't know if you knew that what was going on behind the scenes. It really was nothing to do with us. It was so...
We landed on Plymouth
Rock. Yes, we landed on Plymouth Rock. They had the pimp with the machine gun under the fucking... He was like on a wheelchair. Shit got real crazy out there. And I remember I seen Jada and the guys from Chicago, salute, who was threatening everybody. They was the first guys I saw when I walked in. I had the stupid... I wore extra jewelry because they was like, yo, anybody come in here, we robbing them. Streets was like, yo, I went over there with the dumb jewelry that day. But, you know, I got the crazy crew in Chicago, too. They seen that seven-headed swordsmen that never come out the house. They was like, aye, this guy came in. But, you know, thinking of terrifying events, you know, really makes me think of one guy. There's a historical figure in hip hop. And now that the man blind, he in jail, lost all his money, people like use his names in raps and all that. But when Suge Knight had $300 million, they were terrified of this man.
Suge was shaking shit up. He was shaking shit.
Shaking or super shaking?
He was shaking shit.
The man goes... Now, I don't know, right? Because the theory is, I forget what movie it was. I think it was Bronx there where he said, I'd rather be feared than love. I used it in I Shot Ya, right? I'd rather be feared than love. Do you truly rather be feared than love in real life? Because this man was so feared that I don't know if I would feel good about myself. You know, I went to an award show one time. And I ain't gonna talk about the Vibe Awards. That would. But I went to an award show. That was
the craziest shit.
I was there.
That's one of the first awards I ever got.
The Vibe Awards. You was there?
Yeah.
When Suge Knight walked in by himself. He scared the whole place with a cigar. You want to talk about that? Alicia Keys running back. She pulled me to the side. Because I told this story before. She was like, yo, bro. I was like, you know, I worship you, Alicia, but you did run past me with the red dress. Like, you know, that Russell Simmons, niggas, all he did was walk in. Everybody ran out the whole shit. There was no violence yet. Everybody was running. Sis was like, yo, she don't appreciate how you put in the store. I said, no, she's my sister and I worship her. But she ran right past me with the red gown on. Like Russell Simmons was tumbling over. Like, it was like the great white shark was in the building. They just let him out of jail. He walked in, he didn't have a gun. His shit was a cigar. He was like this. The whole fucking awards. And I wasn't even talking about that because I don't want to go into that one, right? But, matter of fact, I felt, right, because I'm only there with my wife. I think I'm there with Armageddon, Tony. I wasn't there with the goons. But it felt like Saving Private Ryan or something. Like when you see the guy in the middle of a war zone and somebody's standing there and everybody's running, getting... Like, I'm standing there. I see Nori stood there. And it's just everybody was running for no reason. This is before the violence. This is like the minute they saw him. I'm talking about a whole nother time. I'm at a BET award or something. Then we go to the after, they got the restaurant that's open. Got 1,000 people in there. The whole industry, I'm not just talking about rappers, was in there talking. It was loud. It was this. Next thing I know, the whole restaurant is quiet. And I turn around, the whole restaurant emptied out. It was us eating, and Suge Knight sat down in the table right next to us. Him just walking in the restaurant, the whole restaurant ran out the restaurant. Like, it was like they were so shook at this dude. Everybody out there that, you know, he was like, what up, big? For some reason, he would call me all the time, big homie. What up, big homie? I'm like, yo, what's up? Yo, this. Sat down, we ate our food. We left, and people were just terrified of him on site. I'll tell you this story that Cool and Dre told me. Right? So Cool and Dre, super producers, my brothers, Terror Squad, they went to LA for a BMI award. And when they went to LA for the BMI award, there was a line going in. So they stood online thinking that's the line to go in. So all of our favorite rappers and producers and all that was on that line. As they were going in closer and closer, they realized at the front of the line was Suge Knight. And everybody was taking off their earrings politely, their chains, their watches.
No way.
Okay.
No
Okay.
way.
You know Cool and Dre, they telling you, and I'm talking about, yo, listen, Kiss. Famous friends of ours you would never believe was on that line. Famous friends was voluntarily on that line running the jewels. And so the line wasn't to the front door, it was a line to Suge Knight. Give me your jury. So Cool and Dre looking, they like, you know, they'll tell you they're not gangsters. They were like, okay, we figured we getting robbed. They got the TS chains on, their Rolex. They go up to the front. Suge Knight is like, ain't you them producers guys with Joey? And then he's like, yeah, you know, Cool and Dre. They was like, yo, you tell a big homie, man, it's all love, this and that. Just walk in, this. So they almost felt like they almost wanted to get robbed with everybody else because everybody else was looking at them like the fix was in, like they was down with the shit. Yo, I'm telling you, had any run-ins with Suge Knight? Did he try to like say, yo, can I sign you or some shit? Because
Suge called Sheik mom's crib when we was in like when we was young, right when the Bad Boy deal was on the table.
Oh, before you signed the Bad Boy, he heard that you were signing.
Somehow he heard, and we was in Sheik's crib watching Video Music Box, and Suge called his crib. Lucha must have been like, hold on, coming, yo. It's fucking Suge on the phone. So we like, what? Then he like, I remember they said, yo, we want to sign. They never even heard us. They just must have, because Puff was about to sign us. So he like, yo, y'all can get on the red eye tonight with however many people you want to come over here with. I could fly out tonight, We thought about it. We was like, we can't do that. It wouldn't have been, when it was all said and done, it wouldn't have been a good look. It wouldn't have, might have worked for the men, but it probably wouldn't have worked overall for the, you know what I mean?
Nah,
you gotta represent over
you're
here.
You're absolutely right. You know,
but then after I got on, after you know, I'm in the game popping. Everywhere I would come, it's like, as soon as I get my bags from baggage claim, they was calling them. And everywhere I had to be, he was popping up. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't on no shit. He was just everywhere I was at. But he wasn't on no type of time. Definitely was. I think he already had a relationship with D and them, so he knew how it was gonna go down
Yeah, he did have a relationship with D.
Yeah, he had a relationship with her.
Yeah, he did. And he was cool with Irv, too. He was cool with a couple of people. Pistol Pete was hanging out in L.A. with him everywhere. Yo, these guys, this is crazy, man. These guys hang out together, right? This shit is nuts. But I think about when we talk about hip-hop, right? And, I come from the birthplace. So what I try to explain to people when we go into this.
Yeah.
Yo, Jada, it's not my fault. I'm born there, right? So when you Muslim, you look at the Mecca where they walking around the shit. It's not my fault. I'm from that place. Melly Mel lived in my neighborhood. Grandmaster Flash lived in my neighborhood. Sha Rock, first female MC in my neighborhood. Little Rodney C. Ruby D, the first Latino MC ever, lived in my neighborhood. Love Buck Starsky lived in my neighborhood. All these guys lived in my neighborhood, Mr. Ness. So I'm from the birthplace. So when I'm talking my shit, it's kind of hard to argue with me because I'm actually there. Like, as a little kid, when they see me, they go, Little Joey. That's Angel's brother, Little Joey. Smack me on the head. Yo, I keep it moving. It's like, that's how I grew up in hip-hop. But I remember the first time I ever saw KRS-One was in Cortland Projects. Shout out Sadat X. And he was this skinny. He had this Bob Marley shirt on, T-shirt with the fucking Rasta hat. And he did the South Bronx. I was mesmerized. This before we even heard it. By the second time he did it, the whole fucking jam was going South Bronx, South. We knew the song. The second time he did it one time. By the second, it was pandemonium.
Crazy.
Right? I'm thinking of, who did you see perform for like the very first time that you seen him ever perform?
One time when I was little, my moms came and snatched me off the block. That's how I always like to say my mom's is responsible for my hip-hop career. One time, late 80s, I'm chilling on the block, we playing high water, low water. When you got to jump over the rope and they keep raising. Yeah. So it's the whole block, a summer day. A summer day in New York is better than anywhere. So
that's a fact.
The whole block is playing, it's lit, it's beautiful. My mom's come, get in the car. Me. Now I don't want to get in the car. We
having the best time.
Boy, get in. Now I'm tight. Then she's like, yo, a couple of your mans could come and ask their moms, get in. She bring me to Mount Vernon, Memorial Field. Open the car door, say, yo, when you get at this time, meet me back here at the car. I get in the field. It's the fucking Fat Boys. Shit was crazy, though. I'm like,
Fat Boys?
How the hell did she not? And then it was Fat Boys, it was Rappin' Duke, then Run
Rappin'
DMC.
Duke, the hot.
Shit was crazy, dog. Run DMC, Fat
DMC?
Boys, Rappin' Duke.
In the
That
park?
was the best. That shit was, I'm like, how the fuck? It was no gram or nothing. It was barely newspapers, man. I'm like, who gave my moms the call that this shit was, and that shit was probably changed my life right there.
Yeah, me and my brother, my Uncle Angel, he's a pastor now and all that, but he had promised us he was going to take us to that concert in Madison Square Garden that Run DMC, the one they say everybody put up the Adidas in the air.
Fresh Fest.
We waited for him in front of the building. Like, let me tell you something. When you see these movies of kids waiting for their father to come and their father never come, when I tell you, me and my brother was looking at every fucking headlight coming up the block, hoping my uncle came.
He never came?
Nah, he never came. And you know what? My Uncle Angel, he wasn't even like hip-hop like that. So I believed him. We sat in front of the projects waiting for hours. And then all you can hear is the legendary stories of how motherfucking lift up all the Adidas and all that. But maybe we was too young. That shit also got, people always like to say, yo, hip-hop started peaceful, but every block party I went to, somebody pulled out a shotgun and robbed the whole park.
Started a stampede.
Or started a stampede, right? So even at Fresh Fest, no matter everything that happened, they said, Brooklyn's in the house. Like, you know, like they were like, you know, it was going down in that motherfucker. They was throwing dudes over the whole shit. So when it comes to first, you know, I was there the first time in New York City we ever seen Eminem. And so he opened up for me and Pun at the Lyricist Lounge, the Outsiders group out of New Jersey. They brought him out, and this man was, you knew he was special. And all of them dudes got dreadlocks and all that. And he was so skinny, they was holding him by the back of his t-shirt so he don't fly off the stage. He was just spitting so crazy, and me and Pun, we all looking at each other like, oh my God, who's this white boy? That boy crazy.
Going.
You know, I was at this thing called Zodiac 2. I used to go to over there. It's considered High Bridge now. And so we used to go to that club all the time. And I was there the first time I saw Biz Markie bring out Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane had the roster hat Kango tilted to the side, right? And this is when hip-hop was hip-hop, to where you could have been tough if you wanted to be tough, but it was really about loving the hip-hop moment.
Yeah.
So, you know, guys had the Benetton bags and all that shit. And when that man said, Big Daddy Kane went up there, it's like, he was like, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I literally seen dudes trying to run up the wall, like defy gravity. This is when you used to be like, oh, and you wilding and shit like that. Man, you know, I was there when Big Daddy Kane brought out Jay-Z for the first time. It was in Manhattan. Big Daddy Kane brought him out. And Jay-Z started spitting. And you knew he was special because at the time, Jay-Z wore the Big Daddy Kane wore the crown.
He had it.
For him to bring a young boy out there in Manhattan to get that boy to spit, you know, so you know, there was things like that was legendary to me. Who I seen, of course, I seen Finesse bring out Big L for the first time. You know, Finesse had like your fans. Okay, so Finesse had fans that would just go, they didn't even want to hear the beat. They didn't hear, they just wanted to go, oh!
They want to hear the lyrics.
Oh! And they would, and the fans almost lined themselves up. They'd be in the crowd lining themselves up just to cheer. They'd be like, Lord Finesse is the man that you got to hear. So, oh! And they just keep going. That was his fan. And so when Big L came out there and started spitting with Finesse, I was out there the first show. It was uptown. It was like, that's considered Dominican land now. Or Marble Hill and all that. That was the first time Finesse brought him out.
It's going down Friday, July 11th. Netflix and Most Valuable Promotions are bringing the fight the whole world's been waiting for.
Yo, 1 and 2 was legendary. If number 3 is anything like 1 and 2.
The trilogy, baby. Check it out. Katie Taylor is chasing ultimate glory. Amanda Serrano is fighting for redemption and revenge. This is more than a fight. It's the first ever women's boxing trilogy. You heard? That means it's the third time and the world is watching.
Man, I was just doing like boxing blows, but it looked more like the Olympical machine. Go ahead, Jada.
The first female trilogy. Y'all don't want to miss this. Live from the iconic Madison Square Garden in New York City is Taylor vs. Serrano one last time. It's about to get personal. You don't want to miss this smoke. The stakes sky high. The rivalry legendary. Who you got to win this, Crack?
I got Serrano to win, but I definitely know this is going 4 fights. I'm just being honest with you.
That's going to really be history. If you're not tapped into this fight, what are you even doing? Watch Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano Friday, July 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, live only on Netflix.
Vaya Boricua! They went crazy. Of course, me with Big Pun, you know, Big Pun was just this big fat Puerto Rican dude, right? And he would wear them hats like.
Did you
like
know
Biggie.
Pun when he was small?
No.
You didn't?
I met Pun big.
Yeah.
So I'm coming out the bodega. I'm finishing my second album. Like I'm handing in my second album. And and coming out the bodega, and they freestyling. And he's like, yo, let me go to it. Now I know I was set up. At that time, I thought it was like God, a miracle, or some shit. Now I know Big Pun set me up. Like, he came to my block to rhyme, and he was like, his whole intention was like, yo, let's see if Fat Joe listens to us. So I come in front of the store, they got a couple of dudes freestyling. They go, yo, let me go. He's already semi-big, right? So then he do that. Oh, since the early days, snatch the moon out the sky and blow the sun away. Me and my niggas playing hardcore lyrics till I finished. I was like, no, stop. I did the Jada. Whoa,
Yeah.
Stop. No. I had the Lexus 400, the big boy. I opened that door like concierge. The man came up in there and sat down. The whole shit went down. And his crew, they looked so sad because it was a group. They looked so sad, like, because he was the only one I put in the car. But I pointed at them and I said, yo, Pun, don't worry, we're going to put them on. You got to worry about you right now. I'm going to bust you out. You're going to blow up, and then you put your mans on. You know what I'm saying? He was like, all right, word. And then we just cruised. He told me his whole life story. That's a whole, you know what's crazy is, Pun told me his life story, right? So I come from selling drugs, dealing with the wildest animals you ever dealt with. The complete treason, fucking betrayal, robbers, just people you just can't trust. So I couldn't believe that he was telling me his real life story the first second I ever met him. He got in the car. One deal he made with me, he said, yo, man. He said, so Pun was like this real, live, real nigga, but that never really had a crew, a pistoleros. He didn't have a crew. I had an army since I was in kindergarten, bro. I'm telling you. I got a story. He rest in peace. Julio Fuente, my barber for many years. He said I was 5 years old. I walked to his barbershop with 20 kids. And he said, he was like, yo, I can't cut your hair with these 20 kids. And he said that I told them all to go outside and wait for me. And they all went outside. And that's when my barber, Julio Fuentes, told me, I knew you were the leader. I knew you were going to run this shit. You was 5 years old telling 20 guys, wait outside, right? So Pun, the point I'm making is, Pun says, is those terror squad, is that going to be my crew? I said, yes. I knew. Listen, I'm such a fan. Kiss, Eminem, Nas, G-Rap. I know. I've studied hip-hop so much. I knew I found the illest nigga in the world. I was like, yes. He said, so they're going to do what I say? I said, they're going to love you. They're going to do whatever you say. Oh, I'm in. He's like, he always wanted that army with him, right? And sure enough, to this day, they loyal to him. So, but we drive, I'll tell you an ill story. So Pun tells me a story how he was homeless. He wanted to show his family, his bloodline, his DNA, that he wasn't going to be a piece of shit. They always told him he was going to be a piece of shit. He's telling me this the first minute I met him. I never seen vulnerability like that. But then he tells me this one story. He says, man, I want to impress my uncle. So I'm saying, your uncle? He was like, yeah, man. He said, I got an uncle. He's really rich. He said, and one day I went to him and told him I was hungry. And he went in my hand and he gave me a bunch of rocks, and told him, eat that. So Pun is like, yo, my uncle's rich. I told him I was hungry. He put rocks in my hand and told me to eat that. So long story short, successful, first Latino, double platinum, filthy rich. Now let me explain Big Pun to you. Big Pun had 10 Benzes and Beamers in front of it. He wouldn't leave out the hood. I was begging him. I was already in Jersey. I'm already hearing birds chirping, little kids playing hockey in front of the shit. I'm gone. Like, he's still in the South Bronx. He's still, not the South Bronx, he's Soundview. Everybody know. 10 Benzes. He had a limousine on 24-hour hold. 365 days. He had a limousine with a driver, just sitting in front of the crib 24 hours a day. Right? Little dogs, if he had a fur, his kids had furs. They even got the furs for the dogs. And the dogs was from like Europe or some. He was the true pedestrian of blowing a bag. Big pun. He couldn't hold on to money. He was just going crazy. He probably was the first rapper with 3 Rolex watches on. Like, this guy was out of control with it, right? So, Pun, unfortunately, he passes away. We do the funeral, right? So I rent this big-ass funeral in the Bronx. We get people to put his whole family's there. So you know how they do you see the body before everybody. Long story short, his family's there. We all crying. Everybody's crying. So the door opens and a man walks in. I see the whole family jump up like, ah! Like they saw a savior or some shit, right? And Pun's body's right here, right? I'm just saying, I'm looking at, they was acting like that. You already know what that is. I come from where my uncle was rich. My Uncle Feyo from all the number spots. They seen the guy with the bag. They all jumped, right? So he walks in. And he says hi to the family. You know what he says to me? He says, yo, what is this guy doing here? Meanwhile, I paid for the whole fucking funeral, my nigga. Like, everybody knows it's Joe and Pun. That's like looking at Styles and Jada like, what are they doing here? So I'm sitting there like this. He says, what is this guy doing here to his family? And his family's like, no, for multiple reasons. Joe paid and Joe will fuck you up. Like, you playing a terrible game right now.
Wrong one, huh?
Yeah, you might get you might go early downstairs. You don't want that shit, right? So the man turned around and do that to me. And I said, yo, I know who you is. He was like, oh, you know who I am? I said, yeah. I said, you're the uncle, the rich uncle. First 5 minutes I met Pun. He told me how much of a piece of shit you was and how he told you he was hungry and you gave him rocks. I said, let me tell you something, man. Welcome, I paid for all this. And number 2 is your family's about to tell you, we will beat the living shit out of you right here now. And they'll drag you out the back of this shit. He shut the fuck up the rest of the funeral. Right?
As he should have.
No, he shut the fuck up the rest of the funeral. And, it is what it is. But anyway, that funeral, I'm sure you guys came through. Puff came through, Little Kim, Mac 10 flew in, TLC. It was so crazy because you know how you get the flowers in the funeral? I'm reading the flowers. So the flowers is like sent by Eminem. So Eminem might have sent 7 flowers for the Big Pun funeral. Whitney Houston sent like 7 flowers. Like, these people we never met. This is like, you got to go to the Grammy to meet all these people. And all the stars from all over was sending flowers. And I'm reading it and I couldn't believe it. Like TLC, T-Bars walked up in there. Everybody, they had so much respect for him. Mm-hmm. I remember the Biggie funeral. You know what I'm saying? I went to Brooklyn and in front of his old crib. And I just was out there in the streets where you see the video of the streets of everybody wilding, because I pulled up in front of the funeral and I just felt like I didn't want to see Big like that. But I was across the street from the Frankie Campbell. You went to the Big funeral?
Yeah, I went.
You had to be sad, huh?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, that shit was traumatizing for me, for us. That was our first time in LA when that shit happened with him. So that wasn't, and we always love Big Papa.
I came to that video.
They played that. They actually played
in the funeral.
They played it for the Mafia and his family. Yeah, we only made it for that. We never made it to be released. We only made it to play for them. You know what I mean? Then Puff ended up releasing it with Missing You and all that. So, yeah, that shit was it.
Hip hop. What made you get in the game? What let you know this is the reason you picking up a mic or you writing, on your paper?
I mean, for me, when I was little, I was always breakdancing, doing shit. I was known on the block as I just was intrigued by hip hop. in my uncle's room, like I said, listening to the Furious Five, and they used to have park jams in YO. I was sneaking in all of them joints. One time I went all the way across town to Black Heritage Day when I was little. My mom was gonna whip my ass, but she saw that I love hip hop so much. I ain't get in trouble, but I should have got. How far I went and how young I was, I could have been dead right now. Hip hop saved my life for real, you could say. Cause she was gonna kill me. I was just sitting on the fucking hill looking at the niggas performing.
And what I say is that that's similar to me. I remember the first time I heard Eric B. and Rakim with the don't, and we went to what's called now where A Boogie and them is from, right? But at that time, it was on University Avenue. We had to take like 2-3 trains from the 5 and 2 to the 4. And then you get off at Burnside and you got to walk up that big ass hill.
Burnside.
There's one thing, you drive that hill. You walk that motherfucker. Oh my God. Like, it felt like the Warriors when you like, and so we on the other side. It's almost like being in California, from where I'm from. At that time, we ain't know no car. We taking trains for hours. And that's where we saw the WAP for the first time. And they was playing that shit, boom, boom. And back in the days, and we studying them and we trying to do the dance. We took that bitch back home. That next day we went to the Park Jam. They threw on that Eric B. and Rakim and we started doing the WAP.
Yeah.
And everybody started studying the WAP. I mean, back in that day, it was more word of mouth.
Yeah, so the only way it is word of mouth or the phone with the spin back.
That made me think of an ill story, right? And so part of being a great storyteller is you tell your wins and you tell your losses. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to, you got to have the people tune in where they feel like they there, right? So I come from a project called Godsville, right? So also, it was like the Mecca of the 5%ers. So I was the God Crack Kim, great God Allah.
Yo.
Yo, I'm telling you what it is, right?
Crack Kim is crazy.
You gotta, listen. You gotta think.
What is this?
Listen. You gotta think. There's no other way to do it. You got to think. Everybody go check out this movie. Back in the day, it's called Fresh. You got to think Chucky.
Remember Fresh? Bust the funky dope move.
But think Chucky from Fresh. It's
He
Fat
live
Joe.
in Doss Ferry right now. We found because I ain't my man that's in Fresh. He used to work out with us. He moved to Cali now. But when we got
I
with him,
I gotta meet Chucky.
We didn't meet him. We just found him. He's in Doss Ferry.
So you ain't
Chucky. If you watch this show, come on.
I gotta meet Chucky. So Fat Joe is Chucky for French. There's no way around. In real life, that's what he was. The fucking punishes. We bust the stupid. That was just Joe. Always the guy starting in trouble. Always getting in trouble. Always trying to do too much. Always trying to wild out. Just every fucking time, right? And so I grew up, my projects, 90% black, 10% Puerto Rican. It is what it is. So the gods be in there, and I'm Chucky for Fresh. They like, yo, get the fuck up out of here. They building, trying to do the cypher. I'm saying ham, salami, and bacon. Or I'm fucking with everybody, right? So you got the gods from Section 5, Co-op City, Patterson Projects. All the gods know. They come to my projects. It was the Mecca, Godsville. And he was I was the annoying fat Puerto Rican nigga that would fuck with everybody. So he said, yo, you ain't God body, but you bear witness, God. The God crack. Yeah, I'm the God crack Kim. Great God Allah. Y'all know it's right. So if you want the picture, this is what it is, right? So now they had some shit in Manhattan, right? They had some shit in Manhattan. I'm gonna tell y'all a true story. Don't get mad at me, Bronx. They had this shit called March or Dime.
I remember the March.
Lori shouldn't even listen to this story because this was like, March of Dime was raising money in this.
Yeah, the thing with the change in it, remember?
But at the end, just before you go to the ferry to Staten Island, whatever that is, whatever that shit Park is down there. So one day we said, because Brooklyn used to be there deep. So one day we told the whole entire Bronx, that we going down there. And I ain't gonna lie to you, say they was 20, 30, 40,000 black dudes. They had one fat Spanish nigga you might as well say I was surfing on the tree. Yeah, what's up, nigga? The big ass nigga, the South, bro. I'm like, Chucky from Fresh. I'm like on 10,000, right? So we get out. It's to every train. It was like the Warriors. It was just thousands, hundreds of guys from the Bronx, from Co-op City, the Valley, all the way down to Patterson. I mean, everybody got the memo. We going down there, right? So we get out the train in Battery Park. South Bronx, South Bronx, South Bronx. It's thousands of us, right? South Bronx, right? Next thing you know, as we getting closer to the park, I start hearing like South Bronx, South Bronx, South Bronx, South. And I'm still like, yeah, South Bronx, South. And man, we get to this park. And what I don't think we relied on is people having cousins in Brooklyn, right? So they must have told Brooklyn the Bronx was coming out there. And geographically, Brooklyn is like 7 times bigger than the Bronx. If we had 20,000, they had 100,000. Brooklyn in the house. Brooklyn. And then I ain't gonna lie, the bass in the Bronx voice really told, man, we got it popping instantly. It was just the Bronx against Brooklyn. We fighting all over. I see all these guys who I thought was the toughest guys getting hit. They would hit you with the fucking Frankfurter man. The Frankfurter truck. They pounding you out.
They threw the whole guy.
Yo, they throw the whole fucking truck on you. Like, this shit was bad out there. Like, yo, we was taking a beat. I just see niggas run, boom, nigga. Everybody's getting we fight. Of course we got, Bronx got the realest. We out there fighting 1,000 people. I'll tell you one thing. I'm sure there was some other Puerto Ricans, but man, it was scarce. I mean, they Brooklyn definitely saw the fat Puerto Rican dude going all out, fighting everybody. But it was just, we had to get the fuck up out of there. Bad, though. I mean, you just see the guard, this one, that one, this. Everybody was shooting past motherfuckers. They was just way too deep. And we went over there super deep. But I guess that's like the great adventures of like being a kid without a car, rolling with your project somewhere, catching the L. Where do you go to with your projects that it got a little bit too I
never lived in the projects, but my neighborhood was just as fucking fucked up as the project. But like Halloween nights, they used to have shits where every one whole side of town and just mad projects and mad blocks just get together and go somewhere and do some crazy shit.
I did that. I used that one time, right? I was a young kid hustling, selling drugs. I know that's not popular to say, and I'm not co-signing, but
better than using.
I remember, that's a fact. I remember, right? It was one Halloween. And they had these dudes. I had this little crack spot. It was clicking. And these dudes were fucking grown men, right? They I'm only 13, 14. And I got a spot and it's clicking. So these guys were grown men and they came through and they just set up shop in the park. And they was like, yo, shorty, man, you dead. Like, I'm telling you the truth. Yo, you dead on this shit. Like, like, come on, man, and I'm only like 13, 14. But my projects used to get together for Halloween. It was hundreds of us. And we go to everybody else's projects with socks, with this, that. So it happened to be Halloween, right? And they was super deep. And I told everybody, yo, I'm going to give you the signal. Y'all come around the corner. Dude. Yo. I'm 13. I walk up to these dudes, they grown men. I'm like, yo, y'all can't pump out here. They like, what? Like, yo, didn't we tell you this? I was like, hey, yo. They just came around the corner, the whole project. Looked like Halloween. These niggas with socks with this. This thing was like, yo, they with you? I said, yes. This is my crew. Like, what y'all niggas want out here? Man, them boys left that spot so fast, man. I think the project ain't know I used them to run these guys out of here. These guys were grown men, 30 years old shit. When I say, yo, hundreds of guys came with the face painted, the socks. They were like, no, we out. Don't worry about it. We won't come back over here no more. This, that. I used Halloween a couple of times. Nah, you know, this shit is all theater.
One time my block, we was hustling because we used to hustle together. So I lived in the middle of the block. I came out like in the evening one time. I'm catching like the sundown shift. So I come out. I probably had 100, couple hundred pieces on me. Come out, dap everybody up, go put my pack in the building. Like look, come out, what's up, crack? Put my man, and this is the crazy, he's Mary's cousin. He's the one who actually passed the demo. It's J Bop, my man Jamarco. He actually passed the demo to Mary that went to Puff that got assigned. So fast forward, I come out the crib, showered, ready to knock my work off, put it in the middle building, up in the elevator thing. Come out, 2 seconds. Somebody come, they want something.
Custody.
I go back, it's gone. Now I'm like, my man, I said, Bob, there's no way. It was, when I tell you it was this fat, I came out, put the pack in the building, went outside them. Yo, let me get some. Went back, nothing. Me. Yeah, you got my pack? And we almost we got down to like nose to nose. He like,
sure.
I don't got your shit. I'm like, you gotta have. There's no way.
There's nobody.
Yeah, I'm not taking no for an inch. So we argued, got like heated. They calmed it down. But I can't sleep because I'm like, I went to the house and got some more, but I'm like, my whole night was fucked up off it.
Yeah.
So we chilling. A few hours later, always come, a smoker come out. Did you have them green bags? They having a party in Deb's house. I said,
oh, you was like, who's pumping the green bags?
So now we got to the bottom of it. My man Nut, I hope he recipe. He alive, Peanut? I hope he's alive. We have killed him.
Peanut stole the shit.
Yeah, we have killed him.
Nah, you know,
He used the bathroom on himself. We obliterated him when
Let
we
me tell you
called.
something. I was way too young in the streets doing the shit I was doing. Of course, when I got older, it was like really not fair for people. But I was way too young, so I get it. Why they was trying me because it was like, yo, this guy's 13, 14 out here really trying to. So this one, I remember, we did some foul shit. It was like this crackhead, I had him sell for me, but he was 7 feet tall, still had size, this, that. So he dead me.
Oh, he deaded you?
Yo, bro, I'm not lying to you. He deaded me. He was like, yo, I ain't got your money, this, that. So now I'm like, with like 3 or 4 of my mans with me, right? We still all little dudes though, but so I'm like, let me tell you, snitching never sat right with me. Never, ever, 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 ever sat right with me. And letting somebody get one up on me, never, ever. To this day, I don't think there's somebody who got one up on me, right? Physically, meaning, right? So he's down there, he pumping, we over here. And I'm telling him, yo, that nigga, he beat me for like $100 and he ain't coming next to us and nothing like this. So they was like, word, let's pound him out, God. I'm like, yo, let's pound him out, right? So the dude was addicted to gambling. So we went and took like 3 rocks. We didn't even have dice. We down the block. We act like we gambling. We throwing the rocks against the shit. See, low, yo, doing whatever. This nigga come over. We put the beats on this guy. So body slam this dude. We pounded him out. So legend. And so, you know, where I put in the shit is real was like one time I went to see my aunt stuck up my cuz.
Yo, come on, man. Come on, crack. Come on.
When I put on the shit is real, Primo edition, one time I went to see my aunt stuck up my cuz, right? So now, it wasn't me. I don't want to say nobody business, but one of my uncle, he got beat, right? So he gave somebody some work. They didn't pay him back, this, that. So he calls me. He says, you know, it's my cousin. This is my uncle. And my cousin was a grown-ass man. I'm 14, 15, right? So my uncle calls me and says, yo, that work you gave me, our cousin such and such, he beat you. He talking about he ain't paying. This nigga was way too big for us, like a grown man.
Yo,
my own cousin, right? He did, you know, you 14, you trying to give dudes work, you think you cool. These guys are 28, 30 years old. They don't give a fuck about what you saying.
You was young enough to knock off your own work.
Let me tell you what happened. So I walk in, this is a true story. I walk into my aunt's house and that dude is gambling in the hallway. He's my cousin. We put the beats on him so legend.
So legend.
In front of the whole hood.
You need the merch that say so legend.
Yo, so legend.
I need so legend.
He was shooting dice. We pounded him out. To this day, I don't even feel right when I see him at funerals and all that. Because he talks to me, but he knows what we did to him.
So legend.
No, I'm telling you the truth. I see him. He's my cousin. You know, he spoke at my father's funeral recently. Like, yo, Ernesto was, you know, this, but he had to, I never let him. There's this guy, let me tell you something, right? There's this guy. I wrote about it in my book, The Book of Jose. This guy, and they know who I'm talking about. I gotta say it because I said it in the thing, but his name was Monkey Face Carlos. Monkey Face Carlos.
He from the Bronx?
Was a killer. You hear me?
He from the BX?
Yes, he was a legit killer because I don't know where he's at. But he was down with Chicky for Southern Boulevard and all these guys is the most dangerous crew in the Bronx. Don't let nobody lie to you. These guys, they're underneath the jail. They told the judge told them, please don't. Guys, yo, I want to snitch on another body. For who? Chicky, please, we not doing no more Chicky stories. Like, we don't want no more body. Like, they underneath the jail, right? The realest guys ever in the Bronx. There's just no other way to explain it to you, right? He's one of them. So he's going out with a girl from my building, right? So, of course, you know, I'm young. I got the, so I tell him, I say, yo, Monkey, yo, I got some work. When he was like, yo, give me 500.
What's his name? Monkey Face?
Monkey Face Carlos. Had the green eyes. They know what I'm talking about. And
he looked like a monkey though?
No, he was actually a fairly handsome guy, but that was just his, that's what they called him,
that
right?
was handle.
And he was way advanced for me. I'm only 14. He's like, they putting in work, legend out there, right? But he go with the girl in my building. So I've been calling him and he don't pick up the phone, right? So he walk out my building, right? And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm still just a kid, right? So he walk out my building, I'm like, yo, Carlos, I've been calling you. He was like, yeah, for what? I was like, you know that shit I gave you? He was like, oh, you dead on that shit. Like, you like that though, man. I swear to God, man. Yo, niggas is crazy. Do they know what they fucking with here, man? I'm like, I'm looking at him, I'm just a kid, but I'm like, he was like, oh, you want, oh, you dead on that shit. And he keeps walking. And I'm watching him. It's turning like, whatever they call that, twilight, it's turning dark. And I watch him walk while he's walking down the block. I'm talking to myself, my conscience. I said, man, you pussy. This nigga played you. You's a sucker nigga. Like, you let this guy beat you. So I'm talking to myself, right? So he gets like a block down almost by Diamond D building. And I said, yo, monkey. He turned around and was like, what? It's like, no, 1 second. So I'm jogging over there. Nah, monkey, yo, check this out. I got some work. Boom, I duffed this dude, right? He fall on the floor. Pound him out, legend. He's on the floor, pounded out. And let me tell you something. Thank God he ain't kill me. He ain't come back with the mob. Thank God he ain't do none of that. But I was so impressed with my courage to stand up to this guy. I could not believe he was just what. So I never, it never been a thing to me. You know what I mean? Like to get played like that, get beat, and the snitching, it doesn't exist.
Revenge is a dish served however the fuck you want to serve it. That's my slogan. You heard?
Revenge is a what?
A dish served however you want to serve it.
However you want. Yeah, that's a good one. Revenge is a dish served however you want to serve it.
Serve it chilled, warm.
Oh, man.
Leftovers. However you.
That's why this guy's top five.
However you want to get your revenge, it's on you.
Oh, yeah. I could never live with that, man. I couldn't live with, anybody trying to play with me. I said one time I come out Jimmy's Cafe. The guy, this guy too, I'm telling you the story about. I come out of Jimmy's Cafe, and I don't know why, because I'm always there, but he come out of jail. I seen him with y'all before, right? No, I'm just saying, he's not a member of your crew, but I seen him, but he's a well-respected guy from the Bronx. He's not pussy. But he looked at me and he was like, oh, they let you in here? And I'm like, he just came home from jail, right? But all these, oh my God. So he comes home from jail, right? So I guess he's thinking like, he's tough now or something. And so he's like, oh, they let you in here? I said, what you mean? And he said, nah, you could still be in the hood. Like, you ain't supposed to be either. So I smack his cheek off in the bathroom.
Yo.
1 second.
I smacked his cheeks off.
No, I'm telling you, I gave him that fire. Boom. Then he tried to act up outside. I finished it off outside. I really pounded him out. Legend. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I ain't seen him for years till I seen the locks with him somewhere. I said,
who are you?
And he still think he tough.
Who is this guy?
Nah, they'll sue you now if you say the name, right? I don't need to put the shit together.
You seen him
I'll tell you in your ear. Nah, he was probably like the 10th. Trust me.
He wasn't with me.
No, he wasn't with y'all. I'm just saying, he's considered a real guy. He's just had.
He considered a real guy.
He took an L with Fat. I'm just telling you the truth. He caught an L. His sister had to jump in, who's well-respected. You know what I'm talking about. In the street, she jumped in like, Joe, that's my brother. Please, no, this. And it was that. I just can't tolerate the disrespect. Like, I never, let's just get off that subject. They come up with the duos. I was thinking about the best groups of all time. Groups. You not with it today?
We did this already, didn't we?
No, we did duos. We ain't do
duos.
Groups.
Complex did duos. What have we done? Ladies,
producers, songs.
We ain't do the best groups of all time.
But there's probably be a lot of crossover in groups with duos, though.
There's some groups that's duos. Yeah. And then there's some groups that's groups. I don't think you count them by the
they running out of shit to make up, so they broke down 2-man groups. Then next they come with 3-man groups. Then they come with.
How about them guys we did the show with? The 520 boys? They brought out the LeBron, Jordan. Like there's some shits that everybody keep playing into that it's like that shit never gonna get old. You ain't fucking with the groups today. You don't feel like it. You got the pastel shit on.
We did the duos. We don't need to do the trios. The next month. Let's do something else.
Top 3 posse cuts of all time.
3 or 1 to 5?
We can do 5, but this guy don't want to do it.
We can do 5.
5, top 5.
Long as they know it's all
cuts.
of you.
Why is it
All
on
I'm
me?
doing is participate. This shit is him.
You always gotta drop this.
Yeah, but I gotta
disclaimer.
let it be known that he's with me. This is my business partner. Don't let him just. He gonna get me fucked up at a Rock the Bells concert, right? I'm gonna get pound out. They's gonna pound me out at a rock. They gonna be the next little fucking what they do when they do them little cartoons. What they call that shit? Sketches. They gonna show Joe running from the Rock the Bells concert. Rakim ready to hit me with a stick or something. What top 5 posse cuts? You want to start or I start?
I'll go first.
Oh, I knew you
That's
wanted
the
to go
trick.
first.
You gotta go first.
I knew you wanted to go first on this one.
Stop the violence. Number 1.
Stop the violence?
No, help the self-destruction.
Self-destruction.
Self-destruction. I'm going with that. I'll get that out the way first. Bing, bang, bang.
I never knew why we never had a self-destruction too.
Self-destruction.
They need it, but the little kid got killed from Philly. He did it over. I mean,
Self-destruction. The Scenario remix. I could have took
was
both
that
of them.
when
I'ma leave you the
we
regular
really
one.
heard?
That's
when
you
we
say,
really heard
oh no.
Busta?
It's when you heard you say, oh no, you
Yeah, woo.
All right, what I got? Self-destruction, Scenario remix. I'm cooking with fucking grease right now.
Nah, right now you out of control.
The Symphony.
That was going on my list.
I'm leaving you with nothing. That's 3. I'm leaving them with
Yo, I ain't gonna
nothing.
lie to you. He took that's my number one.
Don't say nothing.
No.
You started it.
It's okay. That's my
He
number
started
one.
it. Don't say no
I can't
numbers. I
use
got
it.
2 more left.
I'm just telling you, I would have went. That was on the top of
Symphony,
my list.
Scenario.
He fucked up my whole life.
Self-destruction.
He fucked up my whole life.
Now I'm
Put
gonna
me
give
out.
you.
Don't give him no
I'm not
fucking
even gonna.
shit.
I'm not
That
even
was
gonna.
on my list too.
I'm not even gonna use me.
I'm gonna use you.
Yeah, I'll let you use me. Verbal intercourse, right? Number 4. Yeah, I'm smoking out here.
No. You doing
Now
you
come
took
back.
Fuck the symphony. I didn't think you was gonna do that. It's getting out of hand.
What's my 4 right now? Self-destruction, Scenario, Symphony, verbal intercourse. And this, let me finish it off with
Yo, you gotta stop.
I shot you. Bing, ba, 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 ba.
It put me in the game. I shot you. Put me in
That's
the game.
5
what's
is
this
me.
5? No.
I shot you. Self-destruction, Scenario
You piece of
remix,
shit, Jada.
the
You
Symphony,
piece of shit.
and what was
Piece of shit.
and verbal intercourse.
No.
Yeah, I left shits out for you. Yeah, I left you shits.
Now it's not like I'm going Benjamins.
Okay.
Then I'm going live at the barbecue.
Ooh.
Then I'm going banned from TV.
Ooh. And then he's going brain freeze. It's more shit though. I'm just looking.
Hold up.
Don't give us this. Stay
No,
out of
I
this.
know what it is. It's John Blaze right
Yo.
after that. It's what it was.
I know what it is.
Don't say nothing. It is what it is.
I know what it is.
What's the list?
I'm in 3 of his 5. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in 3
I'm
of
not
his 5.
mad at
I love him to death.
You are one of the greatest rappers in fucking ciphers ever
Finish your
created.
5.
You fucking took my shit.
Live from the barbecue and banned from TV.
Tell me again.
Now he
I
got
forgot.
3, and he got John Blaze.
I got Alzheimer's. John Blaze.
John
I got
Blaze,
Alzheimer's.
banned from TV, and the Benjamins. He said,
And live from the barbecue.
oh, so you got 4. You need 1 more.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's where I'm stuck in the reservoir. I'm stuck in muddy waters.
You just said it. You just said it.
Hold up. Wait a
You might
minute.
as well put me in 5 with my 4th. Make me 4 out of 5, man. Let me give you one. Reservoir Dogs. Niggas done started something. It's mad though. I guess what you want.
Yeah, but you know what I'm thinking of?
Yeah, want to keep
I'm
Flavor Your Ear
Flavor Your
remix.
Ear remix. That's it.
That's it.
That's the 5.
Those is good 5.
What's my
And
5
put-
again? Because this guy took all the...
Yo,
That's
put
a
the
great
thing on
tip.
this post when you put it
Yo,
up.
Flavor
The
in Your
vote.
Ear remix. Son, I get more butt than ass chase. Fuck a fair one. Not the ass, ski mask way. Damn it.
Do you know
from handsome.
a little birdie told me that verse that Big was talking about Craig Mack on his own song.
I heard about that. Nah, I heard about it.
Analyze
Shout out to
the
Craig
verse.
Mack, rest in peace.
With that freestyle, you're bound to get dropped.
Would you bound to get dropped? Damn. I mean, the same thing happened with Cannabis and LL when he put him on that other joint.
Yeah, that was
a great song, but I don't think it makes the type. I don't think it makes the first five like when he said the first five scenario, and then that was a good one, but that wasn't a shot. It wasn't but that Cannabis LL battle, who you thought was winning that at the prime of that battle right there?
I didn't like. That was the start of our demise with this comparison shit, because it's a young aspiring rapper to have a career, go on that battle with the first person that ever signed a Def Jam. It's not right. We should have never let that happen. That was a flag. But we like negative and we like controversy so much. He went to the army, right? He went military. Yeah.
Cannabis went to the military.
Send my man to the military, man. He's super nice.
If there was anybody the Big Pun wanted to smoke with, it was Cannabis.
He wanted to smoke with Cannabis.
No, because
Blinky
Pun
Blink
respected him.
Blinky Blink left Harlem, went to his album release party, and Julio'd him.
On Cannabis?
Yeah.
What for? He was an LL
He said
fan
his
or something?
name. He said it's something about him in the rhyme. You something.
He went to his album party and
went to his album release party.
I never liked the KRS through PM Dawn off the stage. I used to love PM Dawn, bro. I didn't like that. There were certain shits that we didn't like.
He wasn't supposed to say nothing about Chris, though, man. The teacher, man.
Did he say something about Chris, PM Dawn?
He had to. He went on stage at the Apollo and threw his ass off. He had to do some serious violation for him to do that.
Damn. God without you. I used to love that shit. Right?
PM Dawn had knocks,
PM
though.
Dawn was the shit, bro. Yo, I fucked with PM Dawn.
I think he passed away, too.
Yeah, he passed away. Rest in peace. PM Dawn. I remember Finesse had the beef with my man's the funky man over there in Jersey. I live for the funk. I died for the
Mr. Funky.
Him and Finesse had a rap battle. Yeah, they super cool. No, they mad cool. Sometimes I was just with 50 Cent. We got had all that history with him. You respect people when you go to war with them. And you see, damn. And then, 50 Cent just told me this shit 2 minutes. You say, yo, the beef was never with you. He said, you just too loyal. He said, you too loyal and you just took their side because you made music with them. But I swear to God, he just told me this one day ago. He was like, yo, I never really had real beef with you. It was just, you jump. And then somebody told me, think about it now, somebody told me, I try to get 2 rappers to squash a beef, big time rappers. I had one ready to squash it, and this ain't 50 Cent Ja Rule. I had one ready to squash it. I went to see the other in his house, and you know what he told me? Yo, Joe, why would I squash this? Because every time I just say their name or diss them, I go viral. There's no way I'm going to squash that. You believe that people keep problems because they know if they say your name, they're going viral automatically? And so the guy told me, why would I squash the beef? Every time I want to go viral, I just say, fuck these guys. Yo, the game is fucked up, man.
That's crazy.
The chemistry of the game is crazy. But I mean, think about it, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we started with Jimmy, and then now he's on a world tour about, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Nas even responded, right?
He responded with a casino.
He responded with a casino. That was bad, yo.
He responded with a
casino. Do you know what 1% of a casino is? 25? I'm sure he got more than that. I'm just saying. Yeah, he responded with a casino.
We're gonna wrap up with that.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
He responded
Every time
with a casino.
we at
what can
Rock
we say
Nation,
after that?
we at Rock Nation. Every time I thought I had something for Jay-Z, he'd be like, out in Monaco where the grapes are $5,000 to eat. And like I'd be like, yo, this guy, he's just the wood that I step on is $1 million. I'm like, yo, we can't say shit about this guy.
That was Juan's bill. Them kids spent the most ever spent on Dykeman.
Indictment.
On Ace of
That was
Spades.
Juan's
That was
bill.
Juan's bill.
I mean, I think Nas took a page out of his Ho's book with this one when he just said, okay, perfect time, and you promoted the casino. Here you go. And on that note, we the biggest in the motherfucking game.
This nigga.
Joe Crack. Hold on, what is it? It's Crack. It's Kiss.
This ain't that. That ain't
That
this.
ain't this.
You know
It's
what
Crack
it
and
is,
Kiss,
man.
and the motherfucking train is coming. Let me tell you something, man. Y'all see what's going on out there, man. Y'all see, subscribe. Do whatever you want to do.
Like, share, subscribe.
That damn, you see, so you do know what's going on out there. You know,
I don't know why you think I'm under a rock, right?
Let me tell you something, man. Like, share, subscribe, whatever the fucking shit is. Listen, it's the inevitable. If y'all want smoke, get at us. If you don't, it is what it is. But the train keep coming, baby. The train. Y'all see this shit? Everything we talk about, super viral. There's no way to stop it, brother.